Before the video start, please drop a like and subscribe to help the channel grow and to reach our 1,000 subscriber goal.
But, okay, so this is what I want to talk about. The other day, Jason and I went to pick up an inmate from a prison.
Sounds so nuts.
Yeah. Our friend Jeff, he's an ex-con. He used to deal drugs. And one of his friends, one of his ex-drug dealer friends, ended up in jail for 3-4 years. 38 months he was there. So we went to go pick him up. And I was really fucking scared to pick this guy up.
Yeah, you were.
What were you thinking?
I mean, I really trusted Jeff. I was scared too, but he assured me so many times that
It was a 6-hour drive to get this guy. So we left at, what was it?
It left like 12:30.
12:30.
Yeah, Jeff drove 120 miles an hour.
So
which
quickly.
was dangerous.
It said arrival time said 6:33.
Yeah.
And then when we were 20 minutes away, arrival time was 5:27.
He cut an hour out.
That's how fast he was fucking driving. He drives literally 130 miles per hour.
At one point, he tried to split two 18-wheelers on a two-road highway. Two-lane highway.
I'm surprised we weren't flying. I'm surprised the car just didn't catch wind.
I was asleep in the back getting air.
Oh, yeah.
And I would
you
wake
were.
up every time. But I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be like, can you slow down?
Yeah.
Because Jeff's so fucking tough.
So we got there at 5:30, and we drove around the prison grounds, and there was no one there.
It's a huge prison.
It's a huge prison.
4,000 people.
Yeah, 4,000 people in there. There's we didn't see a single correction officer, single police officer at all.
No.
Up until first of all, prison is so fucking confusing to me. This was my first time seeing a prison. Yeah. I am still so confused as it's just a fence and there's a bunch of buildings and then there's people inside that can't leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand. I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I understand that
This is your wheelhouse.
I sound like an idiot. That's what you're good at. I understand that we've made the decision that these guys aren't fit to be in the general public because they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. But how crazy is that there are people stuck in this prison place and you can't go up to the guard and be like, dude, please let me go. Come on. I've been here fucking a week. Please.
I can't. I would love to, Dave.
Yeah.
I cannot let you go.
You can't. You can't beg to get out of there. You're stuck there for 40, 50 years for whatever you did.
His cellmate was doing 40 years.
That's Jason.
On murder.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that these are horrible, horrible people, right? And they should be there. But there are people that get locked up.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification to get notified about new posts and to help the channel grow.
For the wrong reasons. Have you seen those stories? Guy was in jail for 30 years, and then new technology came around. Turns out he never fucking did it.
Oh, yeah, DNA.
Jace, what the fuck is wrong with that? How is that okay? How can someone be... Imagine you're in jail for 30 fucking years for a crime you weren't even there for.
Yeah.
You were at the park with your kids, and someone comes up to you and goes, hey, I think you killed my fucking wife. And you go, what? What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in court and there's 12 people there that you've never met that are deciding whether or not you should go to jail for 40 fucking years.
There's a lot of wrong cases, and it's usually people that are marginalized.
That's insane, Jace.
It happens.
I think I'm turning into Kim Kardashian and I'm about to fucking free people. That's crazy to me. And then you're sitting there. It's your fucking 4th year in jail.
Right.
And you're going up to the guard and being like, look at me, Derek. Do I look like I fucking killed anybody? And at this point, you're going so crazy that Derek, the guard's going like, oh yeah, this guy definitely fucking murdered somebody. He's fucking insane. But the only reason you're insane is because you've been trapped in there for so long. It blows my mind, Jay.
David also, we were just driving and told me that it blows his mind that the world gets dark at night. He just was driving down Hollywood and he's like, this is fucking nuts. This is insane that it's light for half the time and then suddenly it's dark and then they're like, hey, we're going to have to get lights. We're going to have to create lights.
That's a total different podcast, okay? That'll be our next podcast.
Prison and Darkness.
Can we save that for next week?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't want to
Night and Day
bite off too much.
Night and Day is a thing I really want to dive into. I want that to be like a long segment. No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining myself.
Well, there's bad people in the world, and they have to go behind bars, so you and I are safe.
But yeah, I get that. But it's just so crazy to me how this was my first time visiting a prison. Yeah. How the prison was in the middle of a normal town.
It was.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
There are people less than a half a mile away going to school every day, buying groceries, doing whatever they want, traveling, going to Alaska, going to Jamaica. Freedom. And then there are people that are stuck in this little cell thing for 50 plus years.
Well, I think
it blows my mind.
Well, I think of it more like a school.
And you know what? Yes, it's a school, but you're stuck there
where
forever.
You can get fucking knifed.
Yeah.
In the showers.
So first off, I think why I'm so like scared of the whole prison system is because one of my biggest fears is getting wrongfully imprisoned.
Yeah.
Did I tell you the story about like I had a friend once who would see a car chase on TV, and the car chase was because the guy murdered somebody because he accidentally ran over someone, and he'd be watching the car chase, and I'd be sitting with him, and he opened up to me one day and he goes, I've never told this to anyone, but I have these thoughts where I think that I'm the one that committed the crime, that I'm the one that hit the person.
Yeah.
And I can't help but think.
When did he say this? When he was like a kid?
Yeah, when we were
12.
When we were like 16.
Yeah,
so kind of old, and that was really scary. He thinks he's committing crimes.
I think I've kind of done something like that too.
It's really weird.
Or at least thought about like.
What is it?
I always cover my bases whenever I leave.
Yeah.
Somewhere, like if I go to my ex-wife's house, I always like, I don't always, but I always like try to like make it so like people know where I am. Just in case like something happens.
Oh, really?
Or people want to accuse me of something. Yeah. I always think about that.
What do you mean? Like
I always put myself in low risk situations. I mean, except when I'm with you. But yeah, I'll like I always want people to know where I am in case something happens.
Oh, so you think about this?
I do.
Yeah, like being wrongfully imprisoned? Like
yeah. I think a lot of people think about it. I think I used to have a friend, he said he wanted to carry a cyanide capsule just so he could fucking take it.
That's a painful way to go out, I heard.
A cyanide capsule?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that's not a fun way.
What's a fun way to go out?
I don't want to say it because I don't want to give anybody ideas if they're like trying to end it all. So I'm not going to say, but I know that there are very non-painful ways to do it.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh. Let's not go to that. Stay alive, guys.
But in all seriousness, like if it got to the point where I was being put into prison in 40 years, I'm 100% the type of guy where I'm like, please, like, get me out of here.
Please kill me. Oh, we've talked about this.
Yeah, we talk about it.
We talked about it way too much. I was shocked at so then when we went there and then we got stopped by the guards right away.
Yeah,
remember that?
The guards were like, "Are you guys filming?" And we're like, "No." And
yeah, 3 big DSLRs.
Yeah, we all were holding 3 cameras in our hand, and they go and we go, "We're just visiting our friend. He's being." I said, I listened to the playback, and it was me going. I sounded like a 12-year-old. I was like, "We're visiting our friend. He's getting out of jail today." That's how I sounded. And the guard goes, "Well, you're gonna stay here if you keep recording." And I go, "Fuck." Okay, so we left. And then we came back, and they wouldn't let us back because they're like, "We saw you on the cameras recording the prison. Yeah. You're not allowed here anymore. Go pick up your friend at a train station." So they wouldn't let us back onto the prison grounds. And Jeff, our friend, who used to be an inmate, started back-talking the security guard.
Sure.
He was like, "No, let us in. We're here to see our friend. We haven't seen him in 3 years. Let us in." And the security guard was like, "No, you need to leave now." And Jeff was like, "What the hell are you saying? We're going to stay." Like, arguing with this guy.
Yeah.
Who works at a prison. And Jeff went to jail once. So I think he snapped right back into it.
He went right back into old prison versus guard kind of thing.
Yeah, it was really scary.
That's all I ever Jeff says. He's like, these fucking guys, they don't want to fucking do anything. They sit around eating donuts all day.
It was really scary.
They don't fucking care.
So then we got Jeff's friend out of jail.
Yeah, we waited for him at the bus station.
We waited for him at the bus.
In a corrections vehicle.
He came in, and my immediate like thought was, this guy's gonna come out and he's gonna like kiss the ground. He's gonna wave his hands in the air. He's gonna every store we pass by, he's gonna be like, "Oh my God, there's McDonald's, there's Target." Like, you know what I mean? But he was on Instagram the entire fucking time.
I mean, you probably would be too.
I know I would be.
If you couldn't have Instagram for 4 years.
But
it's pretty powerful.
He was on Instagram the entire time. He didn't look up. Jeff had to take the phone out of his hand because he was like, "This is going to fucking rot your brain. Yeah. Look outside. Let's go outside."
Yeah, I think
we had to pull over just to get him out of the car so he could experience freedom.
We were ready to show him all these things that like were happening since he was in jail, and he knew them all. Like he
I was like, "Trump's president."
Yeah,
and he's like, "I know."
He even said, "Put on that Taylor Swift Brendan Urie song."
Oh well,
which is a brand new song.
No, what was funny is I put on like a Rihanna song, and Jeff turns to him and he goes, "Yeah, David's a fucking pussy. He listens to this shit." And his friend turns to me and goes, oh, that's all good. I love this shit. I actually love Taylor Swift's new song. And that shut Jeff right up. And I thought he was going to turn around and call me a little bitch and like bitch me out because he was just in prison for 4 years. But he was very sweet. And then we listened to Taylor Swift for literally the next 25 minutes.
And Jeff's friend came out yoked.
Yeah.
Like, they showed me pictures of him when he went in, and he was pretty fat.
Yeah.
Like, out of shape. And he came out. Yeah, he's huge. He looks
you
like
should go to, you should go to jail.
I should.
You should go to fucking jail.
I'd be in great shape.
Holy fuck.
I would be in good shape if I wasn't working with you all day.
You'd come out looking amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'd be great. Did you hear when...
you want to go to prison for a vlog?
You keep suggesting that.
I know I do.
That's such a bad idea. Did you catch when Jeff's friend was bragging about his miles? He does a 7-minute mile. And we were like, oh, Jeff, that's pretty good. And he's like, if I went to fucking prison, I could do a fucking 4-minute mile. You believe this shit?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck that.
They were fighting about that. And I was asking about, like, I had so many questions about prison. One of the things I found out, which was interesting, was when you go to prison, when you go to the yard, you have like a piece of paper with you. It's like your file. And on the file, there's like a bunch of boxes that the guards will check. And like one of it is if you're a sex offender, they'll check that box. Mm-hmm. If you got caught for robbing, they'll check that box. Or if you got caught for killing someone, they'll check that box. Mm-hmm. And the inmates on the yard, when you first come to jail, they all check your.
They ask to see your papers.
They ask to see your papers, and then if it turns out that you're a fucking. You commit some kind of sexual crime, they'll fucking stab the fuck out of you, and they will literally make your life living hell. That's fucking insane.
He did say that. He was like, yeah, they're done. They just get stabbed.
Yeah, he's like, if you come in, if you fucking sexually assaulted someone, you're dead. You're fucking dead. That's what he said.
It's fucking nuts.
That's crazy.
He also said they all have phones in there.
Yeah, he said
tons of drugs.
He said people sneaking phones. Mm-hmm. He said all the guards are corrupt, and like for $1,000 you can get a cell phone. He said some of his inmates had In-N-Out one day that the guards brought them In-N-Out. Like that's fucking crazy. So like all these guards are just as corrupt as, I mean not all of them, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
I was proud of Jeff's friend though. He like sounded like he was like not doing anything bad, staying in shape.
Oh, it was so great.
For 2 years, and he was out. And
Jeff was like, let's go fucking rob a place, like trying to egg him on. And he goes, nah, man, nah. I found God. I found God. And then he starts playing Christian music. It was like out of a movie. Yeah. Like this.
Jeff was like, I give this God shit 2 weeks. He'll be really, back banging a broad in the fucking bathroom of a nightclub.
It did change him, at least for now. I don't know. The whole prison thing is just...
It was really crazy. And then Jeff tried to get him to drive because we were setting up that prank.
Yeah, and he wouldn't even drive.
Yeah, he wouldn't even do it. He's like, oh no, I can't. I'm on probation.
Yeah, and then we set up a prank where we were driving, and when we were like 30 minutes away from home, we had a fake police officer pull us over because Jeff didn't have any license plate. And that went well. We tricked him. He was really excited about that. He was really happy. And then 3 hours later, Jeff actually got pulled over by a real cop for the same reason, and he had to turn to Cody and go, yo, this isn't a joke.
Are you kidding me?
No, they got pulled over. They got pulled over for the exact same reason.
In Hollywood?
Yeah, in Hollywood.
Did the guy check Cody's papers?
No.
He didn't
even give Jeff a ticket. He just said, get this fixed. And then
Jeff had to tell him this is not a prank.
Yeah, right when they got pulled over, Jeff turned to him and went, yo, this is real. This isn't a prank. Right after, literally 3 hours after we pranked him with a cop. So he had an interesting first day out. I don't know.